right. Kellyanne Conway, counselor to the president, joins us right now from the North Lawn of the White House. And we know what team she was rooting for last night.
Good morning. It's so exciting for this city. You know, since President Trump came to office, the Capitals, the hockey team, the Mystics, and the Nationals have won their first championship. So we're really jacked up for the whole city. It's exciting.
Are you saying the president deserves the credit for the Nationals winning last night?
The credit goes to the athletes. And I have to say, the Lerner family, what they've done for the city is truly remarkable. They, like the owners of the Capitals, when the Capitals won a couple years ago, said they did this for the fans.
Right.
And you feel it in the city. But anyway,
okay.
Well, do you think
down to serious business.
Will they still take the vote today, do you think? Aren't the Democrats and all the Republicans together on this, and they're in a good mood this morning?
Ainsley, who knows? And you know why we're confused about whether they'll take the vote? Because you have the Democratic leadership, Nancy Pelosi, saying, well, we don't need to do that.
I know.
Yet you have Steny Hoyer completely confused, it seems, as to what an impeachment resolution is. You know, all the armchair psychologists out there constantly wanting to analyze the President of the United States ought to have a little go at people like Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, Steny Hoyer, Nancy Pelosi. These people, every time they open their mouths, they make no sense. Something going on in there, folks. So they can't even get it right. Impeachment is simple math. You either have the votes or you don't. And guess what? Dirty little secret, they don't have the votes. You just went through the list of Democratic members of Congress who have not committed to an impeachment inquiry. That's key, but think about that. They're the politicians. Think about all the people they represent, the 17 swing states that are basically being looked at and are in play for next year. The people, especially the independents in those states, are allergic to a protracted impeachment. Impeaching a president is an extraordinary event that's rarely done because we have democratic elections, and President Trump was democratically elected. Don't allow people to overturn the last election results or interfere in the next ones. These Democrats came to Washington and said, I'm going to reduce your drug prices. They're trying to impeach and investigate the president. I'm going to work on infrastructure. They're investigating the president. I'm going to keep the economy humming along. Not a single one of them voted for the greatest tax cut and the deregulation agenda that we have.
The
they're voting against our, they vote, where's the UMCA? These great trade deals. So I think they're having trouble. And even David Plouffe, who helped to run President Obama's successful campaigns, he tweeted out last night what a strong ad that President Trump's folks issued last night during the World Series. He said an ad in October during a World Series the year before the election is unprecedented. You know why? Because they've raised unprecedented amounts of money, but also because this man is under unprecedented attack. The people see through it.
All right. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo was here last night. He was honored by the Hudson Institute, but before that, he stopped down and spoke to Martha, and they brought up the Ukrainian call again. He was on that call. Listen.
I was on the call. I listened to the call. I thought the way the president handled it was appropriate. We were incredibly focused on a couple of simple things with respect to Ukraine strategy. We've executed on that. Don't forget, Martha, this is the administration that provided defensive weapon systems to Ukraine. The previous administration, I couldn't tell you why. I couldn't answer if it's because of Hunter Biden that Barack Obama and Vice President Biden didn't give defensive weapon systems to Ukraine. They'll have to answer for that.
So that is the story for the longest time. They took Crimea, they infiltrated that country, they reached out to America, and we gave them MREs and sleeping bags, and they never budged from that.
They never budged from that. That happened on Biden's watch. Joe Biden seems to have gotten more exercise and more involved to help his son get a monthly consulting fee that he clearly was unskilled to receive, has no appreciable skills in that field that we can see. Joe Biden spent more time on that than helping the people in need there. What Secretary Pompeo says is important for another reason. It's not as if Secretary Pompeo and others on the call are the only people who know what happened in the call. The whole world has access to the call. The transcript was released 5 weeks ago. It was released so the whole world can see the call. Here's what's not in the call. Any mention of 2020, any mention of Biden as some political opponent anybody should fear, any mention of aid being held up, any of the 8 quid pro quos that were promised to Pelosi by the cable news cranks and the Twitter trolls, which I suppose is why she changed her mind, oddly enough, after 9 months of holding fast and holding forth and not wanting to impeach the president until we had a full and fair investigation. She changed her mind like that based on reports, not based on the transcript transcript of the actual call. So she was immediately stuck. They got stuck, and they had to do that. Go read the transcript, everyone.
But the lieutenant colonel says the transcript wasn't accurate. He wanted to add things in that he remembered, and they wouldn't let him.
Well, we respectfully disagree with that. Just for the record, I would never besmirch or denigrate a lieutenant colonel, but we respectfully disagree with his, and question his patriotism, but we respectfully disagree with his characterization, and we will have our say when this president actually has his due process rights and is able to challenge witnesses, challenge evidence, present his own evidence, present his own witnesses. But it is unprecedented for a White House, we think, to release the transcript of a call like this. And the president wanted to do that so everybody can see. The same reason he uses his social media feed, thusly everybody gets the same message, same time.
Exactly. And the Democrats never thought that you would release the transcript in a million years. Meanwhile, let's talk a little bit about this. The administration has just launched findtreatment.gov, and it's all about the opioid crisis that has swept the nation.
Incredibly exciting. Findtreatment.gov is a brand new tool for all Americans to access one of the 13,000 state licensed facilities, and you can customize it. Before, if you went to this type of tool, it just put quantity over quality. It would map for you, say, 15 locations within 100 miles of your home. Instead, you can customize it. Do you need outpatient treatment, detox, interim treatment? Do you want to do residential treatment? Also, you can customize it by youth, 18 and younger, by LGBT, by whether you're a veteran, by your gender. So it's customized. It's real. We use real language for real people. We got rid of the clinical language. It's smart government, no outside contracting, no big budget for this. Just hardworking people, a really small team working on this. And why it's important is we know that people and people who love people in need are looking for treatment.
Indeed.
And they have stigma and silence that prevents them from asking the right people. They can go and type in findtreatment.gov and be connected. Thank you for giving a platform to that. Take care.
All right, Kellyanne, good job. We'll talk to you soon.